All right. Welcome back, everyone. I am testing a new list tonight. It kind of piggybacks off my previous stream where we went 4-0 into parented Nico dominance, and then pretty much didn't really stand a chance that fifth round for the trophy. The minor change I made is while I will not be playing at Eternal Weekend, my debut for at least a paper Eternal Weekend, I top aided the one I played online, but in 2021. Shout out to Jurg, by the way. We worked on the list together for that Eternal Weekend. I got top eight, and he won the whole thing. For those who don't know, that's Aaron Relentless. I will say, okay, fast forward to now. I think the two decks that everyone needs to be prepared of for Eternal Weekend. I guess there's three, but to me, there's two big ones. Obviously, the elephant in the room is Reanimator, and I think we have a very strong Reanimator matchup. I think we're favored. We won't win every time, but if I had to bet, I would bet on us, and I'm giving up some of that margin by cutting down to one curator. Maybe that's unwise. We'll see. But the other matchup that I think will be really popular for Eternal Weekend that we need to prep for is the Key Ring matchup. And unfortunately, that one is where one I would feel at least definitely game one. We're not favored, and I think if you want to do well with Cradle at Eternal Weekend, you have to be good against both decks. And I think we do have some margin against Reanimator, so maybe we can eat into that. But in particular, Keyring used to be a very easy matchup. This is pre Modern Horizons 3. The difference is the printing of just all these haymakers, uh, you know, Glaring Fleshraker in conjunction with Kozilek's command, and then the addition of Planar Nexus as well that allowed them to essentially play a mana base that was immune to No Rod. I think that deck is a little too resilient for my taste now. Considering they can turn one ring or at least a bunch of shenanigans. So considering the power level of that deck, I think they're a little bit too resilient for my liking, and that has to do with the mana base in particular. One way to beat that deck is with no rod or collector oof, assuming they don't kill it, backed by Wasteland. The problem with Wasteland in this deck is it's sort of bad alongside Cradle. And the reason why is because if you have a Cradle out, you're already so far ahead on mana. And this, if you're in a non-blue deck in particular, and especially this kind of proactive deck, you don't really want situational cards. And I found Wasteland to be pretty situational. Like there's a lot of times where you just, it's just a colorless land. It's not great. And outside, I would say the cheesing of some games that you can occasionally just wasteland your opponent off, it's into oblivion or whatnot. Like outside of those games, it's not great in my opinion. So I'm trying against Keyring. They don't have any basics. So one way you can attack them is with Assassin's Trophy or Baseju. So I'm trying to, three copies and seeing how that works out. Now, obviously, if they change their deck to respect us, which I don't think they will because we're like a, 1% of the metagame deck that honestly I don't think anybody plays this deck, like if I'm being honest. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Happy Orc. Why? Oh, this mana base is killing me. We put the talent gains. This is like so bad. I guess. I think we're probably dead game one now. It's just more to fives. Pretty disastrous. Hey Witsen, how's it going? Congrats on your top eight by the way in your event. I guess it doesn't matter at least. So our opponent's not looking to play Magic. If you want, the Stream Decker is there. You can just click on the Stream Decker. By the way, with that. Yeah, I will say one thing I know. I like quickly glance over your report before starting the stream. Do they have the pack of negation? There's one, two, three, four. Okay, maybe we're in it. I did not know they were on this for what it's worth. One thing I did notice on your report, and like I said, I only barely glanced through it, is against the I think the Wizards player. It seemed like your opponent was not running Flame of Nor, and I don't maybe it was Brainstorm, some other cantrip. I think it was Brainstorm into the Bowmasters, and I think that's a mistake for what it's worth. A- Romario mentioned this to me a long time ago. For some reason, people think that card is Spirit of the Labyrinth, and a lot of times the effect you have is stronger than the Bowmaster's effect. So you just accept that they're gonna get some value off of it. So I just don't think your opponent played correctly there. But that's like has nothing to do with you. I'm just saying as a observation. You definitely agree. Okay, cool. Yeah, like again, nothing to do with you. More so your opponent's gameplay. It's like very strange. People think it's Spirit of the Labyrinth when it's not. Uh, should I play the Bog? I guess. Yeah. But just my 2 cents. Okay. So if your metagame has people who do this, playing a card like Bowmaster probably has additional value than it normally does. Oh, I am flooding out. You think Foul is still the right TS pick there? I'm trying to think. Where's Foul? Unless you're talking about something else. I don't know what you're referring to. Wait then. Are you referring to this match or something else? I'm probably dead because I just have not drawn any relevant card. Okay, yeah, I don't know which one you're referencing against Wizards because, like I said, that's the only thing that caught my attention. I didn't read it carefully, so I mean, I don't, I fully believe whatever you're saying. It's just, oh, that's a bomb. I can't force this. Well, presumably. There's no way in what's name. I thought I was gonna win this match on a mode of 5, and I had to pitch cast endurance. I thought they for sure they would have reloaded by then. Uh, I again, I don't remember off the top of my head like how in your. I'll take a look at your report later. I can fully believe taking Force of Will is correct. Like, I mean, it's correct a lot of times for me personally. So no reason to believe that would change otherwise. Needle package. The Saga package is actually quite good here, and I'm actually glad I have the guide because there's some lists that play Leyline of Sanctity, which is just miserable for us. Like, it shuts off Bog, shuts off Endurance, shuts off Seas. Like, the whole deck is shut off because of that card. All right. Let's get rid of the Forest. Let's get rid of the Talon Gates. Doesn't do anything. The trophy is a Stone Rain. I like that. And Safekeeper, probably not. Like, yes, they can kill our thing, but like, if it gets to that weird board state, then we're probably winning. I think the rest of the list is probably okay. Oh, I forgot to board in the Force of Vigors. Sure. So the Force of Vigor is sometimes I don't know their list, but sometimes they have like Leyline of Sanctity. Sometimes they have like Goblin Charbelcher. Try to like, turn one us then. Mono 4. Trying to find that Leyline Sanctity, I guess. That we cleanly beat here with Soul God Lantern. I think the problem is Moto 4, they're incentivized to like turn one us. Depends if they think we have the endurance. I kept this because I don't think we just mold to endurance. That's like, to me not a winning line. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. I think we Stone Rain our opponent here, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I guess this is the correct play in case we draw Curator because different card types. So slight misplay by me. Slight misplay. I think we needle here for sure. The question is what? I think we definitely do that. Given that we have Graveyard Hate here, I don't think we're playing around with the Force of Vigor. I think we just call Garland Charbelcher. If they have Force of Vigor, they're down 2 cards. I think we just like take the play the percentages. Okay, they just conceded. I don't know what they have. They probably do have Belcher and they're like Molted or something, based on the way they've played out. Again, it's non-games against Oopsal spells. I despise it, win or lose. All right, I'm gonna bring up my deck. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, and we'll be back. All right, I'm back. Well, not the main reason I'm playing Soul Guy Lantern. One nice benefit, as I just mentioned, is It does beat Leyline of Sanctity, and I know the card everybody thinks of that like is extremely good against this, and it is. Don't get me wrong, but like it's still 3 mana, but in a Dark Ritual deck is Opposition Agent. Um, Agent is probably public enemy number one. Now, if you're ahead on board, Agent's not too hard to beat because they can't really attack into you, but you can attack into them because of Exalted and like things like Big White or Big Endurance. Sorry, or like yeah, or Big Keen Eye. But to me, one of the scariest cards to play against, especially out of Oops or graveyard decks, Dredge, for instance, they sometimes have this card, is Leyline of Sanctity. Like, it literally shuts off everything. Endurance, your Reclaimers, your Whites. But luckily, the package we're running tonight is if they do shut off Bog, you can still Saga for Soul Guide. That's pretty neat. And Nihil Spellbomb uh, does not beat Leyline of Sanctity. That's not the reason why I'm playing it, but that is one benefit. The reason why I'm playing Soul Guide Lantern is I value sequencing and type play a lot, and Soul Guide allows me to sequence in a way I want to, which is namely I can cantrip for it off a green mana, right? I don't need black to cantrip, which to me I is important. And nuking the don't get me wrong, nuking the opponent's graveyard is pretty important, but I don't want a liability. Uh-oh. Initiative maybe. Chalice. Whatevs. Whatevs. Question here is like, they play out the Lotus Petal, which is interesting. I wonder if I'm supposed to. They're probably initiative, and I wonder if I'm just supposed to do this. Just like go for the cheese blinds, right? I'm gonna do this to just grow the white. So they Fury me here. It's gonna be a little bit more devastating. I mean, not devastating, but like not as bad. Like, they can't kill the white and the collector hoof here. There's merit to like have white earlier, but oh, they're on sneaking. What the hell is going on? I hate playing against these kind of weird decks. Aha, interesting. I think we're gonna Besage with him at some point, so the Besage is gonna do work here. I was gonna say I was gonna blow this up if need be, but this white looks like it was going the distance. Very strange. I didn't think my opponent was like completely dead. I don't know their hand, but like I would not have thought the game was over at least for another turn. Maybe they thought I had like the layer kill. Maybe that's why. All right, what am I playing here? I think this is a snuff out matchup. Although they play that weird thing. It might be that shoot. It might be the big red, right? With the World Spine, that kind of deck where they have sneak attack and through the breach too. Ugh, I do not want to play against that kind of deck. Take out the bog. Claimer's kind of bad in this matchup. Anything else I'm missing? Do I want a Reclaimer or do I want a Saga? I feel like the answer is Reclaimer. I don't think Saga's doing anything in this matchup. What did you watch? You watched Eternal Weekend yesterday. I don't think it was Eternal Weekend, but I know. I think I know what you're talking about. Like the event in Belgium. I didn't get the chance to watch. I've been very busy as of late. Let's try this. Hmm. Sure. I could just lose, but whatever. We'll see. I forgot. I'm sure somebody here will know the answer. Kind of wish I opened up the Force of Vigor here. He played a version. Yeah, I think he we were discussing about it up in his event, and even like a little bit like throughout the day today, yesterday. Not too much because I was busy, but okay, I guess it's pretty annoying. Don't get me wrong. So that kind of confer. Well, we're just dead next turn, I think. But we'll see. So we fetch. We can't even fetch because that'll bring us to 18. We'll do this, I guess. Pretty lame, we'll say. We have a way to beat this. I guess like concede. I guess discard might be pretty good in this matchup. We'll see. Hold on. Snuff out can come out. So they kind of confirm what I thought they were on. It's some kind of like weird big red deck. Uh, Needle probably not. Maybe I don't want to play into their chalice. Although endurance is not doing anything in this matchup. Actually Needle probably for the sneak attacks. And then what else? Do I want this? Maybe not. Maybe the saga to get the sneak attack. One reclaimer perhaps. Sure. Actually, So I can fetch basic now. We're gonna protect the white here while leaving a force. So an argument to be made. I'm supposed to use a green sun, but uh oh. Well, what can you do? What is this? Okay, so as long as you have one or few cards in hand, why do they have hate? Oh, it's the sneak attack game. Jesus. Okay. Well, guess we're just dead. I don't think there's anything we could have done about that aside from mold to Thoughtseize slash unless we mold to Thoughtseize slash Pithing Needle, but it is what it is. One of the reasons why I don't like to play around this time is I found if you play during the time where there's a challenge going on, there's a lot of nonsense that you run into because all of the competitive players are playing that challenge. So you end up playing against these kind of like meme decks. But it is what it is. Get water while this loads. Very frustrating to play pair into that. Matthew. 5 lands. Can't keep that. Mulligan. Better. I just realized we're missing black here, though. I think we have to keep. Just put the C's on the bottom. This, for what it's worth, if this was a wasteland, we're mulling a 5. It's even worse here. Our opponent is 0-3 though, so maybe that will help. I don't know, or not. I don't want to see my opponent on Chrome Mox. Again, I like kind of regret streaming now. Like just pairing into just nonstop combo because we're playing when the challenge is going on. On the bright side, at least our opponent has to like restart more or less. They have one mana floating, but they've already used their land drop. Uh-oh. All right, we're just dead. Jesus. And I bet you they won't even play around endurance, even though we're a green deck. I don't think so, but we'll see. Oh, they don't need to play through endurance. We're just dead, straight up. Well, this is what I get for trying to test during these hours. Just very unfruitful. Let's braille the map. I don't remember. Do does TS play any basics? Because I don't know off the top of my head. Looks like I board out natural. I mean, I keep it in. Maybe that's right. Everything else looks correct. Guide is probably fine. Needle, I don't think they have any needle like targets. I do not remember if they have it, but something tells me they don't. I don't think they play basics, but we'll see. That's pretty legit. I think I just reset them right here, right? Yeah. Their hand is suddenly way worse now. Wow. So I can't even hit this because they can get another land off of it. What I could do though is they're forced to find the green. I think the line here is like to set this up first because we benefit right away, right? That I don't think they have it yet. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that helps a lot. They want to bounce this. They can. One on top? That's kind of scary. What could they have possibly put there? Sure. Maybe they got the void snare here. Yeah, there's that. This is kind of funny, actually. They void snare this, then this is live. But white is already live anyways, so I don't think it matters. Question here is, do I respond? Probably not. Okay. Hopefully they drop the LED. Yep, exactly as it was planned. Okay. The question here is like, do we respond here? Probably not. I think they have to try to get the LED. Maybe they pitch it again, which would be funny. They pitch the besiege. Okay. Is there a reason to do it here? Probably not. And just keep this open to play around Guy's will. The question here is like, I'm adding storm count, but I think I want to get rid of like high arcs and things like that. So we're just gonna like thin our deck. Like it's already lethal, so I just want to exile and thin our deck. So we can hopefully dig deeper for that force of vigor that just didn't come right now. Sure. I think we're dead now. Our opponent can like gamble for Burning Wish. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think we lost 0-2. Unfortunate. I don't really want to respect TS, but like again, we're playing at an hour where it's you know the witching hour, so to speak. I'm trying to be a good soldier and test, but I'm being really tested here with these matchups. Hey, Answer Key Gaming, how's it going? Just a lot of non-meta decks going on here. We lost to TES. We lost to Mono Red, like Sneak Attack, and Oops All Spell. Just like non-stop combo, I guess. They've left me no choice. I will register Mindbreak Trap in my next league. Left me no choice. Not want to be mean, but we're gonna have to register these narrow haymakers because of our opponents. If we weren't playing this deck, what would be your second choice? Depends. What's your objective, Chicken 26? Uh, yeah, but you're giving a like free value to Bowmasters for, in my opinion, not worth it. Like, I don't think it really does much for our deck personally. Aside from, I guess, making Once Upon a Time a little bit stronger. If I wanted to win, I'd probably just play Reanimator. Yeah, if I'm being honest. Keyring looks pretty good to me too. Those are the two decks I would probably like lean towards if my goal was to win. Obviously, I hope to win with this deck too, and I get an edge I think because I have experience with this deck that I think outweighs maybe whatever I gain from whatever equity I gain from. Let's just I don't even think this is necessarily true. I think this deck is actually really good, but let's just say there is a small whatever delta that I lose because let's just say there's a lot of storm or whatever in the room. I think turn Maverick into Cradle. Oh, of those three decks, and I'm not playing. So if you're talking about just Doomsday and A cast, I would rather play Doomsday personally. I think Doomsday is not an easy deck to play, just like ours. But I think the pilots who have put in the time have been rewarded. Hopefully that makes sense. I think it's one of those decks where the more obviously this is easy to say, but the more reps you've put into the deck, the more exponential you get rewarded. Maybe that's the best way to say that. Very convoluted answer, I know, but my apologies. Days. So the reason why I led with hierarchy there instead of ignoble is because in case of a fair deck, I'd rather them kill the hierarch. And I don't have any black cards right now that need to be cast, so presumably I'm less punished. Hedge mage. They're probably on a fair deck. Or they could be on Doom. There's the Murktide region. Thank you for the sub. Oh, actually, for those who are like my content, yeah, here are my socials. But yeah, I'm a big Doomsday fan. I own like an older, much older pre-COVID version of the deck online, on paper. Sorry, my mistake. Hey, always home. How's it going? Baiting here. Like, do I get a reclaimer? Maybe. Let me get that. I don't want to be wasted. Like, the thing is, like, yeah, I think this is it. They days, they days. I didn't. I would rather them days the reclaimer than the hierarch because if I draw a land here, I think in our list you should have a tracks of one. Terras, if you want to play a second target, then by all means. But looks like the Murktide region is coming down. 6/6. That's not the worst. I think I'm just gonna be slamming haymakers here. Like hope the natural order into natural order. Like they can't stop it all, right? Let's do that. Into that. And just pass. question is, do they have removal plus days, or do they have two forces? Because that's what's gonna take, I think, for them to stop us. Or two, just a discard spell. I think the worst thing would be a discard spell plus. Uh oh, there's the first discard spell plus force. I was gonna say. Okay, we're jamming almost no matter what here. If they have it, they have it. Like we have no, there's no choice. There's no choice to be made here. They did not attack. We're gonna play around that spell pierce here that they could have in theory. Or double days. They could have double days here. That is like relevant. Bingo. We're gonna fetch here. Might be game. They should have attacked, like quite honestly. Like fairly relevant error, I feel like, on my opponent's behalf. I think the line is this. We're gonna get a safekeeper in case they have like bounce. I think that probably locks it up though. I don't think they're beating an Atraxa by any means. That's probably game. Sure. I don't think I care. They should waste first if they have removal. Force me to react. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think I'm pitching that because that could be wasted. My opponent made a mistake here. They should have wasted me first. I would have pitched that, and then they can respond with the murderous cut. They can attack. I don't even know they would. But okay, they just concede. They just realize what's gonna happen. Looks like they're on some kind of like tempo. Yeah, wasteland. They did have days. I think they're on like bug beans. Hope they don't doomsday. I don't think doomsday plays like main deck Murktide region, right? I mean maybe, but trophy here. Let me see. I don't think I want C's against like this kind of deck. How the dinosaurs. That's pretty funny. Endurance. I guess they can keep them off like Murktide and things like that, but like I don't think love C's for what it's worth against Days decks. What do I want here? Definitely want a Gris. Definitely want a Gris. I think the Saga as another land into Soul Guide is like decent. They're probably on Bowmasters. Um, I think Trophy is the next best card. I think I'd rather have Trophy to answer maybe like a random Bargoyf, and it allows me to play more to the board. This is pretty awful. This is the problem with Saga. I don't want to draw it. And it's actually pretty mediocre otherwise. Like, doesn't do anything. This is the problem with Soul Guy. I think this is probably on the chopping block. I just cannot afford to draw a Saga in my opinion. Actually, I should have kept the Soul Guide I probably should have kept the soul guy and put it back on land. Because there's a chance I'm gonna draw another land here. I'm gonna jinx myself and draw one right now. At least the soul guy can cycle and then like maybe draw into more relevant cards. So I definitely regret that. That's not great. Maybe they daze it. I hope. If they bowmasters, I don't think I care that much either. But probably a misplay by me, I think. Well, it's hard to say. I'm playing as a daze deck, so having lands is nice, but and to be honest, the soul guide's like pretty awful. Beans, sure. No land here, please. I'll take that. If I get a dazed here, it's like pretty awful. I'm gonna be annoyed though if they have murder's cut and then like get the value off the beanstalk. Like that is probably the disaster scenario. So I probably should have actually hedged for towards it. Getting a 3 drop daze is pretty awful though. What's the insect archer? I'm not even sure I know which one you're talking about. Unless you're talking about the one that I think is bad, the 3/2, the 2 drop. I think they're gonna cut me here. Wow, I'm somehow untapping with a Ride of the Reliquary. My dreams have come true. What are we doing here? I drew this, which is like super awkward because I can't even protect himself. I don't mean to exile. No worries, Duke. It's all good. Web Strike Elite. It doesn't stop keyring for what it's worth. Sure. Not a very good card against us. I just realized I just like turned on the Bargoyf. My mistake. Wow, that is a bomb. This resolves. I think we win. It probably won't. Yeah. If this resolves, we win. Like that is a bomb. Guess I'll pass. Well, actually, if I attack right now, I guess we'll just pass. It's not worth it. Ooh, I think there was just like either the sprinklers just went off or a mini earthquake here. Probably the sprinklers. That was not didn't shake enough to be an earthquake. I think I'm willing to trade with this. Sure. They eating me here is gonna be really awkward. I don't want an accidental Murktide here. They daze, they daze. I think they board out the daze. They're gonna waste this again. I think that's fine. I think they're drawing lands. They're flooding out. Possible they have like a Bowmaster or something too. There's no need to tap here. That's pretty awkward. I bet you they have Bowmasters in hand. They just want to get value. I don't have any X1s. They're going down to one? What is going on here? Kaido? I think they just lost. Like, straight up. We'll just leave the endurance there. Like, how are they gonna beat it? Yeah. Game. Very awkward to draw your what is it called? Your one of there. But that's okay. Web Strike Elite. Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't think it's actually good against Keyring. Like they don't have that many zeros. Like from what I understand, Urza Saga is also like potentially on the chopping block. And you have to spend 2 mana. They like it's too slow. Like I like Web Strike Elite if there's a lot of cage, but I don't actually like it against the combo decks because it's too slow. I think what I've learned today is I don't think I want to play Soul Guy because the logic is I don't want to have to board in Saga in the fair matchups. Like, it's just like too awkward to draw. Like, this is a conclusion I arrived at before too, and I thought I could stomach it, but I don't think I can. Nope. Jesus. I think I keep. Man, this is just so bad. If they're on combo, this is suddenly a great hand, but otherwise, it's pretty bad. I don't know what they're on. I don't think I can keep this though. Sure. It's the problem main deck oof, right? Well, I missed on the land, which is very awkward. Um I feel like I season get wasteland, I probably just lose. So let's just do this. Very awkward to miss on land drop there. And if they're a combo deck, suddenly like looks a lot worse that I threw away that other hand. Fetch land, please. We have to fire it off now. Probably into dork. Take the bolt. I'm gonna. Yeah, it just seemed too situational to me. I'm gonna try to lead with Reclaimer and hope they go force pitch force and then land the bomb that is the Wild Will Aquaria here. They attack. We take. They must not have a cantrip in their hand because they didn't. They're trying to like get the extra damage here, I guess. Well, maybe they forced this. I was hoping they forced the Reclaimer, but they didn't. So removal maybe. Oh, Corey Steel Cutter. Yeah. I guess they thought they could beat a Reclaimer, which maybe they can. I don't know. So they're gonna have force plus pitch here and trigger the Corey Steel along with. I guess they can't attack with the DRC. We shall see what they do. There's a decent chance they. I think their line might be keep force plus pitch and then bin whatever is on top. They're gonna like whatever I do that they may just like force or that I guess to grow the DRC. And then I guess in this case now they just bin this. They draw the card and they bin the one underneath. Or actually, that doesn't even work here because actually no, it does. It does. I don't think I'm playing around Murktide here. I don't think I can afford to. I think we're probably dead. They have forced backup. Like we're gonna have to like kill the DRC and maybe the monk token too. Probably killing the DRC is like worth more. Or well, the monk token's a 3-3. That's kind of annoying. Probably lost this game. Unfortunate. So I can kill this right now and save some damage by blocking with the Arbor. I can't kill the DRC because if I bog, then I can't block. Oh Oh my god, I misclicked. Shoot. Oh my god, that's a bad misclick. I meant to block. Now I'm gonna go to 7 for no reason. That's bad. Maybe it doesn't matter, but it definitely feels bad. Man, that's a bad misplay. Or misclick, I should say. Oops. It's okay. This is for fun, anyways, and for practice. It might have mattered. Shoot. Very awkward. It might cost me the game because they could be loading up on cantrips. They have force backup now. It's a very, very backbreaking mistake because of the chump blocks and the implications of that. I guess we get the lair, but that's it's gonna be too little, too late. it's gonna cost me the game, but the good thing is at least Twitch chat won't make the same mistake I made. They'll chump block, yeah, and they have a few more chump blocks actually on the way still. Very very costly mistake I just made. Very. Yeah, it is what it is. Maybe they forced this. It's not even, I guess. Yes, we should have been able to clock our opponent there. They should have been able to stack, force to sack the DRC, and we should be at 8 life, not 6. 6 is way more dangerous. Okay, there's the ways. Unfortunate. Nothing to do here. Actually, no, 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 no. Let's not do that. They have the wasteland there. Brainstorm? No. I think I win this game. Freak. Like I would not be at 6, which is way more dangerous. And they would have to have chumped earlier. Unfortunate. Alright, we're just dead. That's okay. Should have not attacked. I guess. Man. Why did I do that? That's okay. Let's get rid of this. That one's on me. That one is on me. Snuff out. Snuff out's actually not even that good because like the best you can do is like kill a DRC. Oh, I guess you can kill Murktide. That's value, I guess. I think maybe that, and then the snuff outs. It's probably better than Assassin's Trophy. Giving an opponent a land against a pseudo combo deck. It's probably not great. It's still decent 6, so why not? I definitely win that if I didn't like misclick though. The reason why I led with Bayou there is um in case the windswept could be used for a fetch land later, which is like relevant for Wild Reliquary. I think I'm just gonna go for the KO. Not the KO, but like I want to be mana efficient, so I'm gonna tap out for the Wild Reliquary here. It's because the second seas is still playable. The second once is not. That's the main logic. So I went with this line because it's more mana efficient. Um, because if they waste us here, we still have 3 mana for the endurance or potentially triple one drop. If they don't, then and we draw a land, then we go endurance into reclaimer too. The permutations are better. Like this deck can't afford to waste mana, and I don't really want to go like reclaimer, like fetch that, especially since one of the reclaimers will presumably be dead. Dead as in like it's redundant to have too many reclaimers. Probably gonna bolt. Turn off auto. If they unholy heat, we have the blowout. Wow, they that played like right into what I thought it could be, which is why I like unyielded, right? Yeah, like I said, if they have unholy heat, we have the full on blowout. It's game. They ain't beating this. I think what am I doing here? Am I getting a safekeeper here? or other. If I get a safekeeper, I guess it does it even matter if I get a safekeeper or not? Maybe not. I think I could just ramp, I guess, and just like turn everything on, right? Don't think I care about Flip Tamio personally. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, my God, Jesus. Why do I keep punting like and playing like a doofus here? They want to block. I guess that's fine. Sure. Maybe they Murktide here, but if they Murktide, I think that's fine. Oh my God, I am like misplaying horrendously. Yeah, I guess it didn't even matter. Like I like time walk myself for no reason. Snuff out endurance. I think I like the way this plays. Like it plays ultra. Like you curve out more or less. Assassin's Trophy. I don't think I want to answer their spells. I think they. I want them to answer my spells. If that makes sense. Soul Guide. Probably not great. Like I honestly don't think I want to draw that card. Like I'm remembering all the reasons why I did not like this when I tried it before. I gifted my opponent a game already, and almost gifted him a second one there with like my sloppiness. The old time walk yourself for no reason. I'm gonna go turn one, snuff out whatever they do into Noble Hierarch, and then just like try to curve out down the line, right? Turn one ponder in this economy? They like turn one ponder in this economy. It's crazy. They must have a Corey Steel hand. Like that's the only explanation. If they waste me here, that's gonna be tragic. Like bolt into waste or something like that. It's gonna be Corey Steel into Bobble, I believe. There's that, I guess. Yeah. Question here, like, do I use my snuff out? I think so. If they Merc time me, it's gonna feel bad, but if they go Corey Steele next, then that's even worse. And I think we can actually beat with this hand because they don't have Cage on the board. We don't have the Grist in the deck for what it's worth, but I think that's correct to just like kill that right now before it starts to gain value. Yeah. Ideally, with the fourth land drop here, go Endurance into Reclaimer, and that might just be game. Or Endurance into like Ramp. Okay. The question here is like, do I go with the Reclaimer or the Dork? The thing is, if I go with the Dork here, that's like very all in on natural order. I think we can play the slow game. I don't think we need a jam to natural order just yet. At least not while the shields are like still pseudo up. So it's a very all in line. Like if we not all in, but you know what I mean. Like I don't like, especially if they waste us here. I don't want to like run, like be forced to run the natural order to days. And we can set up a Reclaimer like pseudo get Cradle next turn, anyways. They're almost certainly gonna waste this here, which is why I didn't really want to like feel obligated to natural order. They're gonna kill the Reclaimer presumably. Yeah. So it didn't matter because they could have potentially just killed the Dork. Waste us here, take us down to one. And then this Endurance here is like pretty clutch, right? Like they can't even attack through it. Yep. It's all yours. Cannot attack. They can go wide, but the problem is for them to go wide, they almost have to expose themselves to natural order. They still cannot go fully wide. They can go wide like a little bit here, I guess. If they have, they may feel the need to like land plus thing to pressure us, but then we can just like triple double block anyways, right? They still can't attack with this Endurance. They're like a burn deck more or less. 6/6, just clear their board. I don't. I think that's probably okay with me. Yeah. There's no rush. Like we're pretty ahead. Like they're incentivized then to go hellbent, and then that would mean the coast is clear for natural. There's no reason to run the natural in the days there. Um, we lost to TS, and then we lost to mono red sneak attack. I guess. I think the deck felt good. I don't like the soul guy, even though it did win us like a match. I guess if you want to against Oops All Spells, but like I don't really want to board it in against like these other decks. It's a little slow, right? Like I don't want to cantrip. Like the advantage we have over these blue tempo decks is we don't have the cantrip. They do, and if they go like turn one ponder, that's like almost like losing the game on the spot. All right. Anybody have any questions? I think. Oops, let's close that. Probably don't want this to be honest going forward. Um, Maybe Leyland's are better. We just want a silver bullet. Maybe. Like I don't even know if we need fairy to be honest. Uh, but the mapping would get worse, right? Because I don't really want to board in Saga against like some of these other matchups. I guess we can board in like trophy, like, but or the grist. Maybe that's fine against tempo. Okay, sorry, Demir. Maybe we can keep in some number of C's. That's probably okay too. Like if we don't board in the Saga and the Lantern. It would just be. Let's see. I don't hate like. Do I have a life left from the loam here? I don't like hate a life from the loam. I have to think about it. Like it depends a little bit on that, but I do not really want to board this in against that other deck. Feels bad. We didn't play against Keyring, but it is what it is. I guess we could run it back. It's still fairly early enough. What would we board in against? Oh, Mind Break Trap. We don't have that, unfortunately. This fairy here, I think, could be like the first ley line. Let's try that first. Maybe what else? Do we want a loam? Is that too slow? I don't know. A second one of these is like not the worst either. Although slow. Don't have Mindbreak Trap here, unfortunately. We do have the 25 people here. Here are my socials again. What do we have? It was nice as a green source one time. So I mean I like that for what it's worth. We lost to mono red, but like the question is like, do we care about that deck? I'm inclined to say no. What else do I potentially want? That's the other question. Do I want a ley line? A second ley line for oops all spells? Maybe not. We did beat oops all spells, but granted, off the power of the soul guy lantern, so that was like something to keep in mind. What else? What else? What else? Maybe. Let me think about this for a second. So against Demir, how do I want to board? the oof comes out. The C one C's probably at least comes out, and I guess I can board into grist and like a trophy or something like that. I think it does seem like I want a mind break trap. So let me add it to the account real quick. Put this BRB message here. As I transfer it. Also, I don't have empty threats, right? Like people are gonna force me to play Mind Break Trap. I will play Mind Break Trap. If nothing else, for the fear to instill the fear. Mind Break Trap also useful against Keyring potentially if they're like all in on that kind of plan. Chalice of the Void no longer as good against them because they only have like four petals or whatever. All right, I am back. That's just there as a gift to the magic gods, right? Like protection spell. All right, let's try it. We'll stream until we lose. How about that? This is probably the closest a build optimized for combo game one. I don't think you can play Force of Vigor game one in Legacy as of right now. Like Vintage, sure, maybe, but like not Legacy. But Sage was fine. It was a 15th. It was a green source one time, so take that for what it's worth. Just more zero mana spells. Right there. My theory is like pretty straightforward. Right? Just play as many zero mana spells as you can. We'll continue streaming until we lose. Maybe could be now, but this hand is like quite slow. No acceleration. Turn one does nothing. Turn like we're curving up a yeah. Mulligan this hand. Well, got punished. This hand's even worse. This hand is even worse. I'm like super regretting now. Super regretting not keeping that first hand. That would have just been better than this hand. I would have had turn two white. Instead, I have returned to collective. Wasteland. Interesting. What do they have that they're scared of Wasteland here? Yavimaya. Maybe they have the combo. I don't know. Potentially I get them later. On the bright side, this hand might have lined up better against like whatever they're trying to do. We gotta keep this in hand, which is awkward, but that's okay. We gotta hold up Besage. Very awkward, I know, but it is what it is. I think we're supposed to attack. They go for it. We Besage them, and then that it is what it is. Do they not have a basic land? What is going on? Maybe it's in their hand. Kind of unreal. We're gonna have to like snap off this endurance here right now, though. I think. Yep. If they want a loam, I think that's fine. They didn't even mill anything relevant. Oh, that's awkward. Yep. Shouldn't even reclaimer, but who the heck knows? We can definitely attack for a lot now. Maybe we'll see. I suspect Wild Relic Horse is still better than Endurance. Like, what is Endurance gonna do here? Like, buy a turn, I guess. This is really funny. I think it's hurting them significantly more than us. I think just gonna loan for nothing here. Maybe. Yeah, the old loan for nothing. Okay, interesting. I don't think they have much going on. If they literally just loan for nothing here. Wait a minute, what's going on? Ooh, I can just like eat the loam here. Or do I get the endurance? I guess it doesn't really matter. So whatever would be lethal. The Kenai, the mill. Did they play a land last turn? Yeah, they did. Yeah, let's do that. It's more mana efficient. In case they get a Merrily to buy it at another turn. Because I want to attack with a layer now that I think about it. Hey, Wally, how's it going? How funny. Very odd game. This is not how it typically plays out. Very odd game. Nido Saga. Safekeeper can get on with it. Endurance. Maybe just the one. They have a lot of good cards in this matchup. Maybe just the one to like fog if need be. I don't love any of the other cards. Can't keep this. Virtual mode of 5 already. This is like way better to keep. There's some merit there for keeping the bog just as another land drop, but I just think everything else in this hand is like really good. So Seiju, sure. Almost had me for a second. Again, I keep drawing this at the most inopportune times. Let's see what they do. Rumble. I think I'm gonna shut off the map. Could matter. Wasteland, Nido, Wasteland. Probably the Wasteland. It's gotta be, right? Yeah. They're probably gonna waste me and then to make a saga construct. I think I want to definitely shut off this map. That's very dangerous. They get a waste here. Let's just power through, I guess. Ooh, actually, I can go. I can do the old. Ooh, I think I like this actually. I can do the old evoke play right here and use it for lotus petal mana. I don't think I want the reclaimer. They're probably gonna waste me or something. Just like pull ahead this way. Once upon a time, Needle, Gaia's Cradle, Reclaimer, Zenith. Just dig, double dig through time. They Caracas me, so what? Just like time walk themselves, right? This matchup is all about tempo, so I use my endurance as a lotus pedal. I think that the it's worth it. I think my only regret is maybe not pitching the. It's probably okay. The question there was like, do I pitch the reclaimer to the endurance or do I pitch the green sun? Probably the reclaimer might have been better. Like now, it's problematic for them, right? Like if they want to Caracas me, they have to like map for Caracas and then like use that mana, like tap out and do nothing more or less. They're just and then the green like holds up, I guess, crop rotation potentially. Maze. Oh, do they not? Did they board out the Caracas? How funny. I think they might have. Did they board out the Caracas? Okay. Too funny. This is too funny. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. Yeah, but Seju won game one. For what it's worth, I don't think my opponent played, optimally. So there's an asterisk on that game in my opinion. But uh, this is a mulligan. Honestly, this Baseju is suddenly doing work. Uh, what is my route to victory here? I feel like it's that, and just like hope my opponent doesn't have a dork. We gotta play around Wasteland here too, if possible. But this Baseju, like, I just another land source has been good. Oh, interesting. We're playing around the days here. I don't think they have like enchantments game one, so like let's do that. What's been the new legacy playables with higher play rates besides Corey? Uh, that one card, Tezzeret. What in the world is going on? Stock up. Okay, sure. Whatever. Whatever, homie. Am I gonna do it now or later? It's telegraphed anyways because who the heck leaves up 3 mana? So I might as well just main phase it to play around like who knows what. They attack here, I'm like snap blocking, like the Bargoy with a endurance. Super annoying. Just unlock the whole deck, I guess. This feels like it's cheating. Do I just main phase it right now? Probably. Do I just do it myself? I actually think so. Yeah, I actually think so because it puts the arbor back into the deck too. Do we allow that to happen? This is so annoying. I guess. Very annoying. How fucking annoying. Jam it. The problem. Four. I think I need to get this off the board. I think I'm gonna lose this game because how? What the heck is going on with this Bargoyle? They're gonna bowmaster me. Jesus. Oh, they don't know the interaction. I think we lost. God dang it. How is it that their inconsistent deck got the Ancient Tomb plus Clue start into Bargoyle start? Unfortunate. We're at a slight distinction. We don't know what their deck's doing, too. I think we lost. Jesus. Okay. Not good. Not good at all. We drew the wrong half of our deck, unfortunately. Looks like they're on like some deck that doesn't care about endurance. And we drew the wrong half. Not sure it would have mattered for what it's worth, but Still playing around that. I don't know what my opponent's doing, but maybe they forced this. That's fine. Into bog them. This is kind of annoying. They probably almost snap block, so that's useless. Go to 8. I think we just pass and hope. This does suggest maybe the Grist needs to be main deck, like for like these weird situations like this. The Kenai, for what is worth, hasn't done anything. We can't play around anything anymore, so we don't need that. Actually, they could bounce. Actually, that was bad of me. Really brutal. They probably do it in response here, or not. There's no point in attacking. I don't want to trade with these Margos. Like, how? It's like pretty lucky, I think, on my opponent's behalf that they got to cash in their Ancient Tombs off 2 Bargoyfs. But I don't know how the rest of their deck is built. To me, it's kind of fluky. But this game would be easier if we had access to Grist in the deck. Yeah, or and also if we just didn't draw like all our endurances. Sure. Jesus, man. All right, now we're just dead. Jesus. I don't think we're winning now. Actually, we should have let them attack so we can see their deck. Because we take 6 here, and yeah, we just can't come back. Unfortunate game here where our endurance just did not do anything. I think we bring in like the removal, right? Like a trophy. Grist. Do I want Saga here? Maybe this just like because we have nothing else. I don't like love endurance. Like the way this matchup played out right now. This might be a bit better. This is just like for value, I guess. You can like name a Tamio also, or Kaido. I don't love this. It could work. It's just very, very slow. You can double spell maybe next turn. Take Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize. All right. Maybe we might not be winning this game. Jesus. The Ratchet Bomb is like quite good here. Like we can give them the Tameo, they don't mana. Let's take the Ratchet Bomb. I don't want to deal with that. I actually don't think I care about Tameo too. They don't have mana. But the problem is if they have the second mana, the Ratchet Bomb is like very difficult to play around. Pitch the stock up, sure. We have the Talon Gates online, which is like kind of neat. Mm, I'm gonna get punished because I attacked. This is what's gonna happen. I guess I get the Saga here, just to grind them out. But yeah, I'm gonna get. They're gonna. Yeah, that was a bad. I should not have done that, but it is what it is. Now it's Telegraph. So it's terrible by me. They walked into it anyways. What's the other half called? Seasoned Scholar, I guess. I think next turn I'm just gonna like flood board, just like attack all. They want to block the bowmasters they can. Are you kidding me? That's something. They have force. Guess they do. That was a mistake. I knew they have force, and I should just attack them with a big layer. I'm just like misplaying left and right here. I'm misplaying so badly. Oh, there's that too. Picked up a borrower. I lost this game because it wasn't Wasteland for what it's worth. I could not keep them off, and I was holding this. So 1 point for Boseju, 1 point for Wasteland. I really lost this game, to be honest, though. Oh, shoot. Oops, I'm supposed to block. Whoopsies. Guess I'm just dead. I really lost this game by letting my Reclaimer die, for what it's worth. And I just never drew anything relevant the rest of the game. I did say I was gonna play until I lost, but that loss doesn't sit well with me. That loss is on me. Also, I think the deck is misbuilt right now. Um, Maybe I just need more grist. Like, hard to say. I mean, yes and no. Like, I made the mistake early in the game. I should have had Reclaimer up. Sorry, Talon Gates up to protect the Reclaimer. That I like chose a 2 damage, and that was game losing. Like, otherwise I had the Reclaimer ready, and then I could just like fog for a few more turns. Bargo is definitely annoying, and more reason I guess we could just play more than one grist too. something like a Maze of If might be good against something like Bargoth. But what Bargoth does is it forces us to go over the top of it, which natural order is good against, but we didn't draw there, right? Or we didn't draw any green suns. Like we're below average draws, but I did misplay. I'm trying to think what I would want against Bargoth. Like that's good. Ideally, I want Reclaimer to be able to hold down the fort against Bargoth, and it can with Arbor. Um, that is like reasonable, I guess. I don't know what it is yet. I have to think about it. There's been like talks. Maybe we play the depth package, but each card individually is like kind of bad. They do have Borrower too, which is like super annoying. But maybe that's how you go over the top of Bargoth. You just don't care, right? If you have Reclaimer or White out, it's definitely food for thought. There's another card I played in the past, but I don't know if it's worth it. You forcing this, homie? I think I want this days if they have it. I don't think they do, but the punish here would be like Wasteland, and we draw white, which did not happen. What do they have here? Maybe Bolt the Reclaimer or something. Their start is like horrendous. I think we're gonna just bog the yard here. Like just cut them off the Murtide. It resets their DRC too. My opponent's playing. Mm, I guess the question here is like, I feel like two activations probably worth it. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna set in here in case. Oh, what the? I said it in the wrong position. Damn it. Oh, okay. Now it worked to our advantage. I meant to set it on the draw step, but now it's working to our advantage. I don't know what my opponent is doing here, but I will gladly take it. They're making all kinds of misplays. Yeah, I think they lost the game already. Like they're so far behind. Case in point. This is a must force. Actually, are we gonna run that in today's? Probably not. Get an endurance, just an endurance, I guess. This is a must force regardless. Yeah, like there's no reason to run it in today's. Is there another relevant land to get? Lair's gone. Saga's not in the deck. I almost feel like we just bash here. Yeah, let's just put them on a clock. It's the reclaimer is gonna hit very hard. Just F6, I guess. They could have a Murktide, I guess, but there's nothing we can do about that. It looks like the setup for Murktide. We have a 6/6. Our reclaimer is bigger than the Murktide right now. I guess we do need another payoff land because it's really awkward, right? Like they wasted our layer, and suddenly we don't have enough. I mean, against Delver is like fine, but because we have these big 3/4s, but I think we need another way to punish. But maybe not. We'll see. It's awkward to draw either part of the depth package though. That much I will say. All right. They're on blue, red, green. I think. Did we see green? I don't remember, but definitely don't want C's. Snowfall seems good. Maybe the Gris. This one already came out. Yeah. Question is, do we want Assassin's Trophy? We didn't see much. Like, probably not. We just keep the natural orders in. I think this is a mole. the bog is like kind of shaky already. This is a lot better. Keep. Although this has a fail rate, we need to draw either one drop or another land. This hand has a fail rate, and we're sadly approaching it. I know, right? We lost the storm earlier, so we gotta do what we gotta do. Don't waste me, bro. F6, I guess. We got lucky. So they could bolt this. Actually, what is the play here? Seems like they might have a Murktide region coming. That is a problem. So the other line possible there is like you go white off the cradle, save the fetch. Yeah, they got the Murktide. Yeah, you got a Murktide. You have a Murktide. I think I'm gonna do it now. I somewhat regret not playing the cradle first because I could have played the land there and then fetched right here, but that's okay. I'm almost certainly not anymore. Maybe I was gonna say I was almost certainly gonna jam natural order. Now I might change the line. There's two cards. Oh, now I for sure jam because the reward is just so high. And I can reload next turn. Yep, they don't have it. Game. Snuff out. Land. Green sun. Probably Dork, to be honest. I guess I can go like endurance into like something else. Maybe the endurance. Reasonable chance I'm forced to block here. But if I think they lose if I block. The Merc ties down and we just go back up to 16 and we just gas up. Like there's a chance we lose to double bolt here, but I just feel like we're just so far ahead. We just do it. I don't think they can beat our hand. Like go ahead and bolt. That's I don't care. Interesting. I would not have guessed that. Mm, sure. You know, actually, I can just like endurance myself and put the natural order back on. That's like kind of cool, right? We're just playing for all value, all the value, right? I don't think I did. I do that line like very often, but here we are. And then we just reload again. I think the game is over. Personally, they can make their silly tokens, but that's not gonna win. I don't know about our best. It could be like dredge or something. They can't even attack. That's funny. Funniest part. Yeah, we're just toying with them right now. All right. I know we won right there. Ended on a good note. I have to think about it a little bit more. I did not, like I said, like having being forced to board in a Soul Guy Lantern, which is like tempo negative. In this matchup or any Delver matchup. I also don't really want to board in a Saga, if I'm being honest too. Like colorless is pretty awful. At least Wasteland, I could just like try to cheese them or something, right? Um, we lost a game earlier that because Wasteland was the Baseju, but we also kept a hand that we won earlier in the night because Baseju was a green source. So if I were to guess, that was a wash, and overall probably the Besajo is better, given what we're aiming to do. I think the list was fine tonight. We kind of misplayed and got unlucky here, but Bargoyev is like interesting because without curator, like there's a lot of reliance on Why the Reliquary and Natural Order to like get you across the finish line. So I have to think about how I want to handle that. There's Grist too, right? Like Grist helps a lot, but besides Natural Order, and I would say White, not much else of the deck lines up particularly well against a double Bargoyev draw. Now that's probably unlikely. They got to like just have everything in terms of their Ancient Tomb as well that match, but something to think about. Anybody have any questions for me? I think the list felt okay. I'm playing the Mind Break Trap to scare people, obviously. But I don't think I like the Soul Guide. It won a match against Oops earlier, but in general, I don't really want to see that card against and Saga against the Temple matchups. All right. If all that said, here are my socials again. Feel free to sub and like. Um, there's also my Patreon, YouTube content. I will post this video up once I get the chance. We will. Let's see, who should we raid? I guess someone playing a challenge. We'll raid Zeriok, I guess. All right. If there's no other questions, I'm calling it.